About to take off, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and put your tray tables up and your seatbelts on. We are headed in an easterly direction towards Milter Power. That'll be our final destination of today, day 2 of the StarSeries iLeague Season 2. You can remember, you can watch this tournament on the new streaming platform, beta.p2l.tv. P2L is the new streaming platform with completely new possibilities for streamers and viewers. That's beta.p2l.tv. Told you it was easterly. About as easterly as it can be. Tempo Storm are out into the sky. Method are on their way down. WTSG on their way up and down. You know what I mean.
Should be interesting. This does make it a little harder for some of our northern rotation teams. Our Severity normal drops will probably be getting a little bit closer to everybody else. Hopefully, I do really want to see a circle come out northwest. I want to see a change up and some challenges to the teams.
If a Vanguard can't do well there, then a Vanguard are not going to do well.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't do well in this game, they're going to have a hard tournament for the going forward.
How about just a full west circle on Gatka? Let's get on.
Let's do it. WTSG
well, you're steering them, as we learned during the playoffs, Avenger. Your little controls and joystick to put where the circle
didn't work at all.
Knights will have a look at Milter Power. We will join Toby1 and Cameron, and we'll head down for our final game of the day.
That line of the plane looked like it was flatlining, but we're gonna put some vaults into it and get through the final round of the day. The plane looks like fun, and so do the drops. MVP for once are not going to the north; they're dropping down. FaZe have gone for a bit of a split drop out as well, so there's a little bit of a change up as far as the falls go for the teams.
Yeah, MVP, they're not even dropping for vehicles
and we're going
out the
north.
Yeah, wow,
Woo!
Not just Toffees, but also you get your wish that we are going up northwest to give a little bit of variety.
My wish is not all this is not a full Zaki circle.
Sure.
That's the real.
Sure.
That's the wish. Like Zaki and Oasis circles. That's what we want.
Yeah, but we could still get hard shifts all the way over to the Zaki field. So like you still can't count it out just yet. But you're right, how that river does cut between, and that's always a big coin flip in circles like this. Liquid rotating into Yasnaya. Not far behind M19.
Yeah, M19 went for the long drop too, so Liquid have the vehicles, but they'll be fine in there. They've managed to live peacefully in harmony for a long time, as opposed. Well, actually, they almost are running over Elite player, but it's fine. They'll live in harmony. Just maybe some insurance claims. Oh, actually, I say that. Maybe not. Well, okay, medical insurance claims. James. He's been doing some great damage for Liquid today, and, well, now he needs a friend.
Yeah, he has his teammates coming up to help him out, but Example looks like he wants to go aggressive on this.
He's behind the bar.
Yeah, best place to be. Best place to find yourself. Example, though, does still have the line of sight.
He's got elevation.
Yeah, that's the big thing, and because all those windows in the bar building, that does force Ibiza to go around the backside, and so he's going to be able to
This is
fine. Oh, okay, breaks it. Done. Fine. A couple of one-shot misses, but he's able to get the revive. No meds, though, so that's the real thing. And if M19, if they really want to push on this...
You're not looted up yourself just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they will. It's really not true to form for them.
Safety smokes as well. Okay, Ibiza, don't close the door on your friend.
It's habit. It's habit. I do it, too.
Oh. Looks like James actually did have a first aid, so he's back up to as far as he can go without chugging a cold one. So Liquid back to the peace times, all about the peace times, and everyone else is settling in. This is welcome to South George, having South George. They don't have to go too far this time around. Vanguard will have the northern side. Tempo Storm is already starting their movement. Normally they take the west coast, but they're heading up. Optic have pretty much most of Rozhok under control. This is a Vanguard on that northern side too. And everyone else is pretty much where they should be. Even though FaZe went for the split drop, they have finally moved, well, they actually have all moved over to Milter Power, apart from Jempty, who's kind of over near Potato Mountain, just no man's land.
Ghost here in Milta, of course, looting up quite easily. And Method coming out of Primorsk. It was mentioned before that Primorsk isn't one of the best spots to rotate out. But actually getting into this circle is going to be quite easy. They just need to rotate up the west side and go and really through South Georgia if they wanted to.
Already the battle is starting off. Optic and Tempo Storm battling around. WTSG Galaxy was actually nearby as well. So a quick heal needs to come out with the Micro Uzi. Nice close range weapon, speaking of WTSG. Vanguard Keen trying to make the run. Vard needs to just connect with one bullet, but the trace is flying behind Keen. He'll pull up and get into the crates. Galaxy is pulled over very, very quickly, breaking everything he's got, while Maluk still looking for the target, but He won't find him. You'll have to look above you. But he'll hear the footsteps. The door's opening up. Camp the stairs.
Yeah, Valiate was actually able to get inside, but it seems that back at the Tempo Storm is arriving and jumping out the back. I think he tried to just leap out the side and get a surprise angle.
He did. Your boy Dre was coming in. You could hear you could hear the car arriving. He's realizing the numbers were not going to go his way. He needed to make a big play. And as you said, the hand was most definitely forced.
But we've been seeing a lot of contention between Tempo Storm and Optic, as well as Avangard and WTSG, over two very impactful compounds in this area of the map that are both quite central. And so already just shows how early a lot of these teams are rotating in. And Tempo Storm, actually, they are rotating in quite quickly. Valiate at least loots around that area, but Tempo Storm, they really, really want that spot so much that they may have even sacrificed a little bit of their own loot health.
They're actually semi split, so they're doing the 2-2 across the two compounds that you're talking about.
Oh,
so they're getting maybe a little greedy by doing this, but if they can hold both of them, and the crossfire will be available as well, like they'll be okay. But the eastern side, it's very difficult to hold that northeastern compound on the northern side of the river if you do get pushed from the east without having 4 players there. There's too many buildings. It's too easy to approach.
Yes, but with the river in play, cutting out this circle in half, they are basically going to be in control of that entire bridge. If we get a hard shift north or south, they are going to be the troll that you have to pay the toll if you want to basically cross either side. So that's going to give them a lot of ability to control other rotations.
Then, like, is the troll
a
with
troll
the toll?
A little troll toll,
with the mole?
Oh, I didn't commit that heavily.
You're close to it. Moody's got an M249 to celebrate his travels over as VAR, WTSG's woes continue. Yeah. Not only knocked, but totally killed off by BenQ5. And that's Tempo Storm, as we said, controlling the compound. But he was the scout, Gaxi, stunt driving on the mountain.
WTSG, when they pushed that Avangard player away, they thought that was going to be they had it. But then while it seemed like they were clearing out that player, Tempo Storm just snuck in behind and now even got another kill for them out of it.
Samty popping off some shots over towards Knights. Not finding exactly what he wants, and it's okay. Samty for the long-range shots over to M19. Hasn't connected fully yet. See one of those players down to about 10%. Samty just can't finish the job. So Knights running away from both M19 as well as Liquid. Oh. And they will be able to take that northern side of the circle up towards Severny.
Yeah, everyone rotating in. A lot of people seem to be preferring the northern side.
Wait, how much rubber has been burned on skids?
Good question.
There's like so much sliding and drifting. I feel like we're watching Mario Kart right now. Just forever holding the R1 bumper. Yeah, because you got me tongue-tied.
I'm a little disappointed in 4AM. We just saw them hanging out in the school apartments, and they're the only team that's loot spot is in this circle that haven't taken the opportunity to get a better spot in the middle of the circle by being closer. They've said it seems like they're just basically saying to themselves, oh, we're already in the circle, so we're fine.
They may also realize that the compounds which are over there will all be very heavily contested. Vanguard as well as WTSG, they've been, like, they're going to be all over like Georgia Pole. So why not wait it out? Like, the closest they can probably get is Watertown. That would be the easiest place. And then they can decide if the circle shifts north or south, do we go which side of the river? That's going to be the biggest question of both, like, all of these squads as they'll come out. More Vitality. I don't know if you want to make this kind of run. Entus awaiting. Yak's got the AK ready. It's a trap. Monkey, can they actually knock him off? He's wait. Actually, lets one go through. And now they go for the shot over onto the second. And Jazza, well, Monkey's already been knocked out. Yannick has fallen over in just complete disbelief. Jazza almost got knocked out. Very, very low. And here comes Shadow, the last one to run the gauntlet that is the Entus lineup. You hear the booms as the grenades coming out. Looks like Vitality will have their numbers cut in half. That was probably the best case scenario they had getting over that western bridge.
Yeah, and that's really not good. This is exactly why a lot of people try and avoid the military base and why it's been good to see like Vitality's positioning coming from that spot because oftentimes you can get camped just like that. Rotations are never easy.
Looks like Liquid are doing in their own rotations. We jumped there for half a second. It was 4AM versus Team Liquid. on the run. Liquid are able to get into their cars, and it seems away for the moment. They're still a little bit split up. They'll head over towards the petrol, fill up. Not on fuel, they just need health onto Skoom. They'll also be pressured a little bit more too. You got Genji coming in. What a surprise FaZe going up the eastern side and then to the northern road. I am so surprised. They'll find more friends around there though.
They weren't even at Mil to Power in yet. They're still so used to it. They do the patented
They may feel
phase
really
rotate.
confident. Is that like jumping out of the car? Fuzzface is maybe potentially in a little bit of trouble. Because M19 getting information. Jempty was so far ahead that they never actually heard M19 rotating on the road. Actually, now Jempty is turning around. There's more information on that northern side. There's that Genji movement coming around the back of Rozok.
Yeah, 4AM not in position to punish this just yet. Genji can easily use that hill to isolate themselves. MVP, though, they are moving up just through Pachiki and actually coming across Ghost. I think both these teams have been rotating around close to each other. And both in the circle right now. MVP putting a couple of shots, but it didn't really hit much. But there is a fight actually up in the northeast. Yempty does drop example.
Yeah, this is that fight that I was waiting for. M19, they're actually caught on the roadside, so Jempty gets in front of them, and the rest of FaZe have rotated. They're kind of a long way around the south. They're not actually there to help out Jempty. It's just being more of a pain in the butt. The pickup is available for M19. They're under the cover of the defilade. Those shots. Oh, he actually just puts him back down again. And we're going north. There's the decisions to make. Everybody head where the air is crisp.
This is going to be really big for Tempo Storm. This is an opportunity for them to get a lot of kills on rotations, but instead they actually want to go ahead and get a better spot for themselves first. They don't want to commit to the camp to then get camped themselves by the people that make it through. But a lot of people are rotating up in that area. You got the Knights, you got Optic, you got Avangard, the position to get up there.
There are very few compounds to take which are in the middle, and I'm not going to count the airplane crash as a compound.
I count it.
Like Knights,
it's a spot.
Like Knights are claiming this is a compound.
This is not a compound.
No, it's not. Here comes C9. This is if Tempo Storm waited, they could actually be involved in a lot of these fights and trying to get the pickoffs as they come over the very small bridges. But C9 will be very happy. They're able to get over. Tempo Storm do take that one small compound a little bit further to the north. They are not in and set up yet. In fact, that bike is making it impossible to get in through the door. They're not too happy with that. They'll have to do the long run around. So Cloud9 on the edge of the hill, uncertain if they want to push in any harder.
I want to see Tempo Storm take that hill just next to this compound, because if they don't do that, that gives C9 an opportunity to then surround them on top of that very same hill. This compound can be a little bit
or maybe they don't want to. You're seeing a Vanguard opening up. It's Moody who thought exactly the same thing you were doing. And he's having to keep on driving forward, but directly into Genji. And that is not going to be a happy place for him. Moody will not only be knocked, he will be killed off by Chelitol.
Going to be a kill finish for them as well, but shots from Avangard puts a lot of pressure on really both sides. Nerf from Moody go down as well, and I think that's just one. No, okay, two left still for C9.
Yeah, that was a Vanguard who were able to actually claim that one. So Genji to Vanguard splitting Cloud9 1-1 apiece. And this battle for the hill, Tempo Storm. You said they'll get pinned in. It's exactly what has actually ended up happening. They did bail out with two of their players already, so there is kind of a split for them. Yeah. But we know the way this circle is probably going to go. We're going to either center or we're going to go further north. They'll eventually have to move out of that compound.
Yeah, I think they just put those two players back down on the cube area to allow them to then rotate up counterclockwise through the other teams on the eastern side, because they don't want to push through Genji or Avangard, or I guess the scraps left of C9. Ghost able to rotate in with 4 this time. Not losing McCoy on a camp like we saw last game, but they are coming in very late, still coasting the blue.
It'll depend how far they go. Vitality, hey, boats. Oh. Boats. They'll come into the northern side of Georgopol. Method and nearby, but they are still pretty occupied inside the apartment, so they probably won't be looking for Vitality as a rival. The other late arrivals will be 4 AM on the northeast. You've got, actually, Genji. Are they actually pushing over towards Tempo Storm? They're coming down a little bit further south. So over towards Cloud9. Shots are coming in from a Vanguard over towards the Knights. This is that clustered western side of the circle. A little bit more centered. So everyone's still pretty happy to be where they are. No one's under any real pressure to move anytime soon.
I think I want to go for these fights. This is the area of the map that they have routinely, historically racked up a lot of kills because Toffee's mentioned on desk. They are really not great at driving, but this is right next to where they loot. So they can just go out in the woods and basically hunt anyone and everyone freely. And so they have a wide spread around them. Hopefully they won't overextend that.
Everyone
Ghost
can have some
rotating
bad
in.
times. Like
Sure.
Ghost are rotating in right on top of 4 AM. They just locked up. FaZe have already taken the next compound. So if Ghost don't stop on this hill, they'll be in trouble.
God V.
He's driving directly on top of Balak. He's so low on life. 5% may be enough to get him back home. The shots fly forward, and it's actually CPT who not only knocks but kills off Balak with the help of Forever. Oh, that is not the way Ghost saw that coming. It was meant to be CPT. Like, it was meant to be 4 AM in trouble, God V in trouble.
Yeah.
But he gets back to safety, and Ghost get one chip down.
They really tunnel visioned on that, or maybe just didn't expect a player to leave that compound when their team was already inside to get to that hill. But either way, they do lose one. They are inside, however, and they do have the hilltop, and so now they'll be able to keep now 4 AM pinned inside depending on where the next circle goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ghost, I still kind of want to give them a little bit of an advantage in that particular matchup right now. But the second circle is just about to finish, and it is going to be a pretty heavy shift onto the left side. Vanguard still in a good spot with a nice spread around the central area.
This is such a horrendous spot. Like, Welcome to South Georgia basically centered up, but the hill that runs around it makes this compound almost suicidal to be in because there's just so many angles to shoot into and you just cannot shoot back out without exposing yourself to even get the information. But the teams, they're pushing. A Vanguard's coming up behind it. You've already got Method who are up on the southern part of that hill. That's probably the best position you could probably claim right at this moment. And that's why Cloud9 are also on the same run. They're going to go directly into Method, while FaZe, they're taking all the rotations up on the northern side. It is a scramble at the moment as Turtle flips on the side and just drags down. Jempty had no more bullets left in the mag to keep shooting through. Forever. I don't know if he's trying to car swipe to blow up the car. He almost ran over Turtle, who's also clinging to bare life as M19 are getting involved in this too.
Oh yeah, and a couple members of 4 AM are still behind Ghost, and so Ghost in a really bad spot, caught between two separate squads, still outside the circle. The hard shift really didn't give them any favors, and I think Liquid are rotating up around into this area as well. Optic, though, coming up and trying to contest against MVP.
It's gonna be Road Rage, but it's Pang who actually knocks himself out with the car. Bahawaka wanting to help out, and he's able to do so. Optic claiming 2. Make that, 2 of MVP. Looking for the 3rd.
Packer's calling away. That was a blown tire at least, but I think he's still far enough away that he won't get taken out immediately.
They got to drive down. They need to actually get the reses up.
Oh,
so MVP is out, so Hypoc will be upped, and Optic will keep 3 players left alive as MVP are out.
Definitely a good take for them. You already mentioned there aren't that many compounds in this area, and so Optic really needed that check. But FaZe, they are really inspired by last game, and they're just sending shots everywhere, even though they're on such a tight corner on the map.
But that's not the tight corner. The tight corner is where Liquid are actually driving forward at the moment. It is getting real clustered on top of Ghost. They're in a small pit, so God V, he just seems to be driving around and into teams. 4 AM have taken the compound that James is now having to be forced away from. Too many bullets flying his way. He'll actually be knocked, and this is no man's land. It is a dead zone. There is no real cover. A couple of hay bales, but you know you'll be surrounded on all sides. And Liquid know it. And they're okay, they have a divot. And that's actually saying a lot for it. Method just have the line of fire, putting it down. If they blow up one of these cars, Liquid will be in trouble. They're taking damage as well from 4 AM. This is a rock and a hard place, and well, just a piece of crap is what this is for Liquid.
Too many teams shooting at them. You got Knights, Method, potentially WTSG if they overpeak on the eastern side.
Scream just copped a bullet as well to the side.
It's not looking great.
There goes the cover. Oh no, there's moving the cover.
Well, WTSG and Knights are actually fighting each other, so this may give Liquid a little bit of opportunity, but no, the shots from Method are still too much for them. And actually now 4 AM are trying to chime in on them from the northwest. So Liquid, they are in a really, really tricky spot. It's only smokes that are blocking them, and they're going to run out of that eventually. Having to use this many smokes early on, even if they do somehow get out of this,
all 3 stay in the one smoke. Like we have to ration out the vision control. At least Method can't find the angles because Ghost are pushing near 4 AM. They're probably going to have their attention a little bit more split. Here's on the other side of the hill down from Method. It's Cloud9 and Vitality who currently are getting, well, just good apartment blocks. Now the zone will move once more. Condense, push us. Where are we going? It is centered again around WTSG. This mountain will be what everybody wants. Yeah, and the Vanguard have a good position on it. They are going to have to contest with a lot of people coming in from the southeast. Samty tries once again to reposition the vehicle. He doesn't work. Keeps sliding back. He's just going to go ahead and blow it up to use it as solid hard cover. Yep. Liquid may actually find themselves in a half-decent position here if Method could finally start getting contested by somebody else. Vitality and Cloud9 will have to push over towards this hill. Genji, Entus, they're all coming in from the southeast. Tempo Storm, they're still in their 2-2 split on the south and southeast corner parts of this map. But it's Genji who are just charging forward. A Vanguard can open up on them too. And they've taken the compound. And Optic, well, they're a little bit too far away. They're up the hill and in a Defilite hiding their way. Everyone's just going to be trying to move in at this point in the game. FaZe up on the northeast have to sweep in as well through M19 or Optic. Optic still trying to find some place. We keep coming back to the sad saga of Liquid. It's just not looking great for them. In fact, I think it was even this is the harder zone too for Entus. They were having trouble getting away. It was the Tempo Storm duo. They were keeping them locked down. Now Cloud9, that's that hill push we're talking about. Rafi not only knocked but killed off. OGN, though, I mean, even if they are able to separate this fight from Tempo Storm, they have to go directly into Avangard. So it's going to be a hard push for them. They're going to have to take this fight cleanly with Avangard if they want to come through. Moleman, I believe he got a knock on a Samty, or someone else did, trying to finish that kill. It was Samty. Getting revived, but that's still another knock. That's still more attrition onto Liquid. Yeah. And look, 4 AM just on their left side. Just a hold for bare life. That's it. Like 4 AM aren't coming over this hill. Like no, there's no way they want to come into the fight. They're still getting closed on. Yep. I'm interested to see how Vitality can actually play that southwestern corner too, because there is so many players. Like you've still got actually, is that C9 as well as Tempo Storm standing on top of each other? Let's look for the better one. The grenade in from Fuzzface. It's actually going to be Jempty's name that kills off Bahawaka. So FaZe pushing nice and over towards Optic. They want to get rid of it. Hypok was already knocked up the hill, and now it's going to be all of Optic being eliminated out. So FaZe still remaining 4 players strong. Exactly what they need going into these final circles. Taking the fight successfully, and now they can just hold strong. Genji don't have a good angle on them, and M19 on their north are not a very aggressive team either. So FaZe, they're in a good position right now. Vanguard split, it's not paying off again. Keen gets knocked out. Stab has the angle, shooting through. He'll actually knock out your boy Drain all the way down too. It's just Zampa left from Tempo Storm. In this area, BenQ is still off in the distance, inside the circle, but it looks like he wants no part of this. He's just leaving Zampa around to really mess with C9, and this is a good call for them, I think, because BenQ can just hold out. He actually is given a little bit of support from the tree above, but he's safe in the circle, and if Zampa just holds strong C9, they're going to be out really early, and they're going to have a good position, good control in this area. FaZe are in a bit of a decision time. M19 shooting down on top of them. They know Genji is to their south, but they have to deal with one or the other. At the moment, FaZe, he's going on the long information flank. The rest of FaZe are going to come with him, and it looks like they've left Gustav as the man to get grenaded. He was the last little scout that was left behind. Cloud9, they also need to make their own little run. Stab, knocked down. BenQ was the man to do it. Zampa, he can't run the blue. He can at least be a little bit further in, but it's that problematic moment for FaZe. They turned around Jempty as well as Mixie to get involved in this, but Genji are pushing. They want the kills, they want that hill, but they also need to move west. Yeah, the circle is center, and because they need that hill to move into the circle, which is why they want to take this fight onto FaZe. They already got that first kill on Gustav, and they have the time to just slowly, incrementally move themselves forward. It wasn't a hard shift away from them. And so they can just slowly start to take areas, slowly start to take control. Where does FaZe go, though? Like M19, they have to take a fight. You just look at this angle, though. Like, where is the fight? They're bouncing around definitely. They're hoping for rock cover, and they're probably hoping that M19 start getting shot at by Genji, because Genji are showing themselves on the horizon. Example, he'll see him through the optic. 4 AM as well, pulling up. Looks like Liquid's hovel is now being owned by multiple players. Scoo was preparing a grenade, but I don't know if you really want to try and take that fight, Scoo. Wait for it.
Gotta do something, but Gen G, they're doing a lot. 2 more down for FaZe. It's just Fuzzface left standing. I think he's way off in the distance, close to M19. So FaZe, they ended up, while taking that initial fight, they ended up getting caught between 2 separate squads who both attacked at the same time.
Oh, the nades are coming in. Oh, they're all perfect. God V knocking down more. It's just a beat, so the 1 man left healing up. There's 2 knocked. And, well, 4 AM, they've arrived. Boom, boom, but still no death on Ibiza. He's hiding in the wreckage, but there it is. Cloud9 taken out in 13. But it's 4 AM who wipe out Team Liquid.
Yeah, FaZe also down early, but 4 AM taking that spot from Liquid. We saw how pinned down Liquid were. This did allow 4 AM to get into the circle, but now they're going to get 3rd, 4th, 5th party, but the exact same way. Look, they're already prone down once again, just like we saw Liquid do for the past, what, 5, maybe 10 minutes?
I look through the middle of all this too. I'm just seeing nothing but like shot lines coming out from WTSG.
Yeah.
They're trying to be involved, but they can't find any of these kills because they don't have the sight lines for it.
Yeah.
They just have the position for... Oh, okay. That's an easy one. Goodbye, Jazza.
Method still holding strong on this hill. They can just move up eastward. Won't be able to get they won't have to get too close to OGN to stay on the high ground.
There's Muminor, the sole survivor left of Avanga, trying to play the hill. It's a nice spot for him. He doesn't have that much cover, but at least he knows he'll see him coming from a mile away.
This fight between Gen G and M19 is finally breaking out.
Yeah.
And wow, Example's actually getting a lot of frags, or at least one. That's the first one to Loki, and Loki has been a thorn in a lot of team sides. So that's definitely a good first frag to take out.
Yeah, it's M19 who are holding the same position where they're able just to completely suppress out FaZe. And Gen G are faced with exactly the same problem, and you just see how they're going to try and handle it.
I mean, M19, they're a very defensive team, and so they can just hold there. They're waiting for Gen G to have to move around, and they'll take the shots that they need to. They're not going to push in, but the next circle is going to be hard shuffle the northwest. McCory does get taken down.
WTSG get their first kill.
Yeah, finally.
Yes.
Ghost also, I realized, we're able to make their way into the circle, though not in a strong position. You see just Turtle up on the northwest.
That circle is going to really clump this up now. We're pushing northwest as hard as you possibly can. WTSG can remain where they are. Same for Knights. The rest of it is just open circle. But 4 AM are actually in. They'll control the western side as everyone else will be exposed on the edge of the ridgeline. There is little to no cover available for any of these teams on the east.
It's going to be a fight for this hill. Forever. Only one team can control this hill up here. Because Knights are going to stop any rotations.
And they're going to move fast, too. It's 30 seconds. They have. And you're seeing it, too. Yak in for a little bit of side angle. They're going to find Gen G. So as M19 move off their position, it is Enters who are rolling over the hillside to wipe out Gen G. Wicked is the last one left standing. And they'll have to just bounce a little bit further up the hill towards the tree to find him.
Yeah.
And that's what Kritis is already on the task for. But M19, they hold the better western position. The blue zone is coming in. So the pressure is on. And, well, goodbye, Genty. It's M19 who finished the job on them. But now, Entus and M19, they will go into a full tussle for the eastern side. While 4 AM are actually not only finding a knock, but they're finding a kill on Meta from so far away.
Fight's breaking out. It's actually trades, but it's all going in the favor of OGN. Constantine's found a couple. It's just elite player left for M19.
He is behind a rock. That ain't much cover to work with. He's got a... Yeah, everyone else was just knocked from such long range. This will now be the 10th kill. There is at least a little bit of a trade coming on, but there it is. OGN will wipe out M19 for 9th position.
Looks like they are going to lose Christus. Don't have the time to go pick him up, but still getting this position, only losing one, no other knocks, is definitely a good trade.
How is this still happening to Method? 4 AM Long is finding more and more knocks. Xcris is the last one up for Method. They can smoke and come down, but the guy's on the edge. Xcris, he goes for the long jump. That means he'll lose all momentum, and it's WTSG hitting from the side. And Method, they go out in 7th.
They wanted to take it slow, but by doing so, they gave opportunity for all these other teams to just take long-range shots onto them, knock them once, twice, again and again and again. And just that attrition, they weren't able to recover from it.
Mumino is one of the lost boys. Just stay in the trees. Hope no one sees you. The foliage is your friend as Entus run right around the corner from him. The shots are coming in close, but they're mainly targeted towards Entus because it's Mira who gets knocked out by Voxic just around the corner from Mumino.
I'm surprised they're not checking this spot. Oh, and he's about to get surrounded. He's definitely spotted out at this point.
He actually held his fire just out of hope. It's like, they're not shooting at me. They're shooting at a ghost.
Mira does get taken out, though. So OGN do lose another. But now it's Gaxi. Stolen away, but still, a kill's a kill. And WTSG starting to really thin away, only now down to 2. And they're going to have to leave that compound. Yep. And you already called out the weakness of this compound, trying to leave. There's really no control in the area. They're going to be walking directly into the fire from Knights as well as the remaining OGN players.
Where is the cover? Like, the only thing I'm seeing right now is the tower. The electronic tower and a little... Actually, no, just that. It's the corner of the tower. They can use the cement as a little bit of cover and the hay bales a little bit further to the northwest. The rest of it is minuscule defilade.
Yeah, and I mean, you got that, the hay bales, it's really not a lot. It's all about landing your shots, and Knights still with 4 up. They haven't taken a lot of fights, unlike what we've seen in previous games. They're really following Vitality's footsteps.
They will have some trees nearby, so they are actually probably the best positioned team. Entus can shoot them from behind, that's the other downside, but Larsen's going to make that difficult. Already finds one of the knocks. Yak is the last one up. Don't know if he wants to try and come in to help out as Ghost Turtle revealing his position. He'd been waiting so long for a good moment. And as Kramer behind the back, is he just trying to finish him off? Yeah, it will actually be this Knights who kills off Turtle. They're looking to try and pick up their friends, but 4 AM they've come out. They're looking to fight. They're into a 2-1 split. Trying to find the better angles. The grenade a little bit too long. As Knights are going for the res, same for the second. Third and fourth. The fourth is a little bit closer. Getting some damage in. A flashbang ready for forever. Running the edge of the blue. He's shooting into the smoke, but that's the wrong target. They're next to the hay bale. So reveals his position as close and then tries to back up. Voxic capitalizing on the situation. Getting a couple of hits, and it's Knights who punish 4 AM for the heavy push and the inability to finish.
WTSG also still have 2 alive, able to successfully defend against OGN, but Knights with 3 up and a nice spread around the circle to try and catch as many crossfires as they can. And the next circle is going to be pretty central. It's pretty central, but it's still on the field, still really not much cover. I think Voxic's tree is the only piece of cover in this outside of just rolling hills, small dips.
Larsen has a dip to work with, and you actually see the difference in the live rankings. Knights, 4 AM, WTSG, we go 3-8-15. Obviously, you're still going to get the placement points, but this is the way Knights wanted to end the day by being able to force themselves up closer to that 1 position, to close up the gap. And WTSG just want to have a good position. That's what they want, and they're sort of getting it for the moment.
Yeah, that's maybe the beginning of their new climb on this stage. CBT taking spots out Larsen, it looks like, taking a couple of shots, or no, maybe just trying to blow up the vehicle. Is that, yeah, so he's
it looked like a Larsen
It looked like Larsen. The shots went that direction, but he's going to be using these smokes to get himself to that vehicle. He made some more hard cover for him. I don't know how far into the circle it is, though.
The advantages of a prepared position. It gives you cover and concealment. I remember my Band of Brothers lessons. Larsen actually has a little bit of cover too, so he'll work with Miraku. Voxic probably heard the running. So how does Knights want to deal with this? They're nicely split up. They've got good angles. Unfortunately for them, there's no trade-off. Like, all they have is their crossfire. That's what they're going with a little bit more.
Well, it's what they're going to have to hope for. Grandma still has to sneak forward to get inside. The blue is closing at his back. He's got to walk over to an open field. But everyone else in this is playing so defensively, he's likely not going to get spotted. But that still means that Knights are going to be on the outside edge when the circle is going to shrink dead center. So they're going to have to sneak forward.
That's the final circle. Yep. Everyone has to come to the middle, and there is no cover in dead center. There is a bush, but we're not going to count that. That's tactical cover. That's not real cover.
Cover in quotes.
Yeah. If you look like a shrubbery, you will be covered. So WTSG, how do they want to play this? Grenade from Voxic flies towards them. They're going to smoke up. Larsen looks like he had a couple. Putting him pretty deep, so CPT won't have an angle onto WTSG. But that doesn't stop Knights, however. They have a beautiful split around the northern side of the circle. Not a single part of the northern side is not there, so they can just look to the south.
Yes, but the problem is the blue's going to be pushing them in as much as it will everyone else, and no cover means that they can get picked. Drayden, though, trying to go for the shots on the WTSG with the smoke is actually very useful.
Yeah, they don't see through it, but that's why Voxic pops his head up. He's still trying to hit Larson. The control couldn't continuously connect, shoots through the through the smoke. That one will. So Larson knocked for the moment. Miracle is still nearby. He's going to pop off another smoke. Looks like Voxic's only got the flash left over. Kramer finishes the job. Now it's 3-1-1 left. Right now CPT has gone underneath the radar. Miracle burning up a little bit. The circle continues to condense. All he can do is snake his way up. If he pops his head up, it's a little bit too easy to hit CPT. He's waiting for the right moment. He sees Kramer for the moment. Goes after Voxic first. Can't connect. Knights are wiped out. And we are just down to Miracle, the sole survivor that isn't a Knight. And, well, it looks like he will not be a Knight.
He tried.
9 kills. 9 kills for the Pittsburgh Knights. A terrific way to end day 2 of the playoffs.